Hey y'all, it's your girl Ashley Camille here at Fifth House Bloom. This message is for Leo placements for the week of March 25th through March 31st. This is general guidance, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. At this time, I'd like to welcome forth the power and the presence of the elevated guides who can assist me in delivering this message for Leo. May you open up our ears so that we hear the truth of liberation. May you open up our minds so that we may bloom. May you open up our hearts so that we embrace our divinity. I ask for support in delivering this message with clarity, empathy, and ease. Give thanks. Hey Leo. I am on my solo retreat. I'm in a tent. I brought flowers. Aren't they pretty? I can't bring anything else. I don't have no plates. I don't have no forks. I don't have any cups. I'm just out here on vibes. We got the Moon Maiden, New Beginnings. Well, that came right up. Mindful, Groupthink. Ooh, that's it. Vanishing Mirror, Ego Sublimation. Oh, this is just already come through. Just give me a moment. I'm gonna take my time. Ego came up for you last week, if I'm not mistaken. So go back and review that video. But this is about letting go of the expectations that others have for you. This is about letting go of defining success, setting your goals based off of other standards and what others say is right for you. You know, at your core. But the work of it is unlocking that mind so that you can connect to your heart, so that you can connect to your truth, and so that you can start to create a world that reflects that. Because the thing of it is, the truth of it is, you can meet those standards, you can meet those expectations, you can have that success that is defined on those terms, but is that what you want? Is it going to make you fulfilled? Will you be happy? And so the ego sublimation, this vanishing mirror, is about understanding that others might not understand. It means accepting that others might not put you on that pedestal, that others might not look at you in that same way. It is releasing this need and this desire to appeal to the masses, to be liked, to be seen as that bitch, whatever it may be. I hope I'm being clear, and that there is a period of time for the acceptance of not feeding that ego, not being driven from that ego, and instead your heart. You still keep it. You still keep the ego, right? That can add that fire to your wheel, to your drive, to your actions. But you have to switch this to a way where it is for you and not how you appear to and for other. And that's difficult. That's difficult because you are moving out of also that external validation, right? If you are moving into like creating space for more of your creativity just for yourself, right? Let's say you want to paint, not to sell it, not to be the very best, right? For yourself, for your joy, because it lights you up. You might get pushback. Somebody might look at you and might say like, well, what are you doing that for? Well, it's not very good. Do you think you need to take classes? Are you going to be able to sell that? You know, like putting their projections, putting their expectations, especially within this society as we have, using all of our time to turn it into some type of profit or resource, as well as this need to be at the top and to be perfect instead of being purposeful. And this is the energy in moving into being more purposeful. But in order to do that, we have to work with that ego. Right? Action. Actions. 10 of Earth, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Water, Six of Water. Goodness. Eight of Water at the bottom of the deck. All right, give me a second. So there's this big energy about filling your cup, right? So this does feel like maybe there is something you want to try, or you are just overall wanting to be more creative for your pleasure, and something that, again, like you have kind of always wanted to do or have always been curious about, and because of, you know, like this ego, or we can look at it as how people will perceive it, or what people will think, or if you will be good with all of these things, right? You've really kind of stopped yourself from doing it, but it is time to play. It's time to play with it. It's time to go ahead and get started, because of this is bringing that that fulfillment, that sense of purposefulness into your life. I know that's a big claim, right? But it's really about you creating more space for yourself in a way that feels restorative and nourishing. Because right now there feels like a big depletion, because the focus has been on doing, the focus has been on more of the production of it, right? The idea of what will bring you happiness, instead of connecting for yourself and identifying that for yourself. There's a lot of moon in it. I'm seeing the moon keeps showing up. We have a lunar one, a lunar eclipse, not a lunar. Of course, the moon is lunar. A lunar eclipse on the 25th, and you might be really there's some information being revealed for you there. What do you want me to know about the moon in particular? Pay attention to what's coming up. Pay attention to, you know, your feelings, particularly around shame, potentially envy, disappointment. So these harder emotions, because they will give you more insight into what it is you would like to be doing, what it is you want. And when you acknowledge that, and when you give that the space to actually inform you, you have a better idea of the direction you are moving. Clock the limitations that you may be putting on yourself, or you might be having projected onto you. Especially if it is restricting you from moving forward in something that you want to do. Okay? Pay attention to where you think that you need to be a certain way, or you need to have a certain thing in order to get started. Everybody starts from somewhere, right? You don't need to re-up or prepare to get started. You start from where you were at, but make sure you don't have the expectation of being like an expert, right? That's ego. The expectation is that you get started, and that you be consistent, and that you be present in the process of where you currently are, so that you may welcome and get into the habit of building up your ability to operate from a place of purposefulness. All right, Leo, that's your